Have you ever set a huge goal, felt that incredible rush of excitement, and then just a few weeks later, you find yourself right back where you started? It is so frustrating, right? We're always told it's because we lack discipline, but what if I told you that's just completely wrong? Today, we're going to unpack the real reason our best laid plans fail, and it all boils down to one incredibly powerful word: identity. Let's get into it. So let's just start with a really hard truth. According to the American Society for Training and Development, a jaw-dropping 92% of people fail to achieve their goals. 92%. That means only 8 out of every 100 people actually see things through. Now, if you've been in that 92%, chances are you've blamed yourself. But what if the entire system you were taught for making changes is just fundamentally broken? You know the advice, right? Just push harder, have more willpower. But research from places like Stanford University shows that willpower is basically like a battery on your phone. It drains throughout the day. So relying on willpower alone is like planning a cross-country road trip with only a quarter tank of gas. You are literally designed to run out. So if willpower isn't the magic bullet, then what is? Okay, and this brings us to the absolute core of the problem. See, the real reason we fail is that we try to change things in the completely wrong order. Imagine behavior change has 3 layers, kind of like an onion. Most of us start from the outside and try to work our way in, which is the exact polar opposite of what actually creates lasting change. So that outermost layer, that's your outcomes. This is what we almost always focus on, the results. Losing 10 pounds, writing a book, getting that big promotion. These are the goals we set, the what we want to get at the end of it all. It's the finish line. All right, one layer deeper, we've got processes. This is all about your systems and your habits. It's what you do. Things like going to the gym or setting up a new morning routine. This is the path you take to get to the outcome. And honestly, most self-help advice lives right here, focusing on building better habits. But it's still not the deepest level. And this brings us to the very center: identity. This is all about what you truly believe about yourself. It's the story you tell yourself about who you are. I'm a healthy person. I'm a writer. Or maybe I'm just not a morning person. This is the real engine driving your behavior, because your brain's #1 job is to make sure you act consistently with who it thinks you are. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly illustrates the whole problem. We think we need to achieve the goal in order to become the person, but it's actually the other way around. You have to become the person first, and then you'll naturally achieve the goal. Real, lasting change doesn't start with what you want. It starts with who you believe you are. And here is where you can see identity in action. Some fascinating research on quitting smoking found a massive difference between 2 groups. When someone offers a cigarette, the person who says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit," is still holding on to the identity of a smoker who's struggling. But the person who says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker," wow, they've fundamentally changed their self-story. The language they use reveals their identity, and that identity is what drives the final outcome. So, why is identity so incredibly powerful? Well, let's get into the science of it, because this isn't just some nice idea. It's literally hardwired into our neurology. Your brain is operating on a hidden set of rules, and rule number 1 is to stay consistent with your self-image, no matter what. Psychologists call this the consistency principle. Basically, your brain is a prediction machine. It tries to predict your actions based on who you were yesterday. So when you do something that contradicts your identity, like hitting the gym when you see yourself as someone who isn't fit, your brain flags it as an error. It creates this feeling of discomfort, not because the action itself is bad, but because it's inconsistent. It's a defense mechanism that, unfortunately, keeps you stuck. So if your brain is always fighting for consistency, how in the world do you change? Well, here's the beautiful part. You build a new identity, one small action at a time. Think of it like this. Every single action you take is like casting a vote for the type of person you want to become. Eating one healthy meal is a vote for, "I'm a healthy person." Writing just 1 page is a vote for, "I'm a writer." These small wins aren't really about the result. They're about gathering evidence for a brand new identity. Okay, so that's the why, that's the theory. Now for the really exciting part, the how. Let's get into a practical toolkit you can use to consciously design and actually step into a new identity starting right now. The entire journey can start with a simple, tiny shift in your language. Instead of saying, I am, which can feel like you're lying to yourself, you start with this phrase. Psychologists call this a commitment narrative. It signals forward motion, and it completely removes the pressure of being perfect right now. You're just acknowledging that you're on a journey. Just listen to a few of these examples. Notice how different they feel. They're not about being perfect. They're about declaring a direction. You're not pretending to be someone you aren't. You're simply stating your intention and giving your brain a new story to start working with. And get this, research from UCLA shows that people who feel more connected to their future selves make way better long-term decisions. This simple daily practice closes that gap. First, you visualize who you want to be. Then you ask what that person would want you to do today. And finally, and this is the most important part, you take one tiny action. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's like making a deal with your future. A new identity needs support to survive. You can't just decide to be a new person and then hope your old environment and old habits cooperate. You have to actually build an ecosystem around you that makes your new identity feel not just possible, but pretty much inevitable. You've got to make your environment do the heavy lifting. So here's how each of these systems helps. Habit anchors piggyback new actions onto old ones, making them automatic. Environment design makes your space a constant, gentle reminder of who you're becoming. Sharing your progress creates social accountability. Journaling your wins builds a mountain of hard evidence for your new identity. And finally, you build routines that are a natural fit for this new person you're becoming, making it your default set. Let's look at one of the most critical identity shifts you can make, becoming a doer. The planner gets stuck in research and analysis paralysis, always waiting for the perfect time. But the doer understands that action is what creates clarity. They just ask, what's the very next step I can take right now? And then they do it. This identity creates a bias toward action, and it's an absolute game changer. Now, let's be realistic for a second. You are going to have off days. You will make mistakes. Setbacks are just part of the process. The old model says you failed and now you should feel guilty. The identity model, though, it gives you a simple, powerful way to get right back on track without all the shame. And here it is, the realignment script. It's super simple. First, just acknowledge the slip-up. No judgment. I slipped. I'm human. Second, immediately reconnect to your new identity by repeating your commitment narrative. And third, you perform one tiny action, one micro-proof that gets you back in alignment right away. An identity isn't repaired by thinking about it, it's repaired by doing. So over time, as you keep casting more and more of these votes, as you realign after every little slip-up, something incredible starts to happen. The friction just disappears. That internal conflict starts to fade away. You stop trying to be a certain type of person because you simply are that person. And this is the moment of true transformation. When someone asks you how you stick to your habits, you won't talk about discipline or motivation or willpower. You'll probably just say, I don't know. It's just who I am. The behavior becomes obvious, it becomes automatic, and it's just a natural expression of your identity. So, after everything we've talked about, we can see that we've been asking the wrong question all along. The goals, the outcomes, they're actually the secondary part of the whole equation. This is the question that unlocks absolutely everything. When you focus on who you must become, the actions you need to take become crystal clear. The outcomes you want become a natural byproduct of your new identity. This is the real secret to change. It isn't about what you do, it's about who you become.